everyone, I'm here with my buddy Steve here, and today I am going to attempt to do a stuffed decorative pumpkin. So if you kind of need something to oomph up your house for the fall, these are really actually very easy to make. So I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. So I have my fabric right here. It's killer. You can just goth it all up now. Alright. I have a whole bunch of these fabric quarters for different things. I've got a bunch of different ones. See, I've got that fabric. And then I've got this fabric. I might make a bigger one. So, but that I might need my machine. Today I am going to be hand sewing. So we'll see what happens with that. So we need to unfold the fabric quarter. There we go. Okay. And we are told we need a rectangle. A rectangle, that would make a square. So, let's see. Gotta measure out a square. That's a skinny square, so let's go a little bit more. That looks good. Okay. So I'm gonna get my scissors, and we are going to cut this one. Normally I use a table, but today's gonna be dangerous. I'm gonna live dangerously. And there, we've got our rectangle. Ba-boom. Alright, let me tell you to fold it in half. Like that. And they want you to, let's see, stitch up this side so that you have the two openings right here. So we're gonna do that first. So let me get my thread. Let me find one that's not gonna give me carpal tunnel. Let's see, that's a beading. I have a lot, as is obvious. That one's small. Let's go with this one. Maybe. I'll go with this one. Don't do what I do. Don't put things in your mouth. Okay. Wet the end of my string, of my thread. And it went through, it just fell out again. There we go. Alright, so you're going to want to double these up because we're going to be stuffing this. And so that gives it a little more double strength. So let me knot this up. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Now don't forget to turn it inside out. Now that I think about it, I think you stitch up the sides, or at least one side. Stitch up this side. So the side opposite of your fold. So we're going to do that. This might take a little while. Just go slow and you should be fine. Don't rush it. We're doing this to calm the fuck down. That's what we're doing. Try to make it as straight as you can. If you gotta draw in a line so you can follow that, do that. No one ain't gonna judge you. You're sewing on your own. You sewing for you. I also do a back stitch. You don't have to do a back stitch. I just tend to do it so you have this nice little line on this side and then your stitches on this side. I just think it's tighter. I can do it tighter, I should say. And I can make sure that my stitches are small. Halfway through. A little over halfway through. Pulled the wrong string. There it is. Good thing about doubling up your thread is that you won't lose your needle either. I have lost many needles in couches to find later as a very, very surprising surprise. And not very comfortable one. No, they're not. That's okay. I went too fast. We're getting there. We're getting to the end. Thank God. And you do want to make sure that your stitches are small, at least on this side. This will be the only side that'll really need it, but it keeps it so that it doesn't split when you stuff it, because these are going to be squishy. They're stuffed pumpkins. Pumpkin plushies. Last stitches. This one and this one. Then I'm going to hide the length of my tail in the stitches that I've already made. Alright, and then we're going to snip. I need to get my scissors sharpened. Alright, so then what we're going to be doing, I need to get more string, but we're going to double it up again. Alright, string, and then you knot it. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're keeping it inside out. Alright, and then along one side we're going to do a running stitch. What a running stitch is it's just you do really big stitches, really big ones, just one. Don't back stitch it, just run and stitch. There's a reason for it. Hard for me to not back stitch though. Alright, so we have our running stitch, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to pull just like that. You're going to bunch it up, and then you're going to stitch it closed, and then you knot it. Stitch it to the opposite side if you do it that way, and then you just gotta do just 2 little double stitches, and then you can knot it. Lock it in, then we knot it. That's one. I realized I forgot something as well, so alright, and then we're gonna do this. Snip. Alright, and then I will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so we've bunched up our end. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this and turn it right side out. Yep. Your bottom's gonna look like this. Gonna look like that. Side's gonna look all nice. And then what we do is we stuff it. So I've got some batting, and we're just gonna stuff it. Stuff it just a little bit more. Just a little bit. We want to get a little bit of a shape. Okay. I think we're gonna call it there. Alright. And from there, around this edge, we're going to do another running stitch. So, here's my, alright. Start at the seam. Now let's stuff it just a little bit more. You kind of want it like that, to where it's just at the top. But yeah, let's do our running stitch. So big stitches. Beautiful breeze. It feels so good. It's so nice. I love fall. I love it because I get to come out on my patio and just listen to the birds sing, and then bitch at the squirrels that are bitching at you. I mean, it's perfect stuff. Alright, as you're going, you can pull tighter. Doesn't have to be completely tight yet, not until you get to the end. Sometimes I like to come out here with my music, with my laptop, or with my phone going. That was a hickory nut. In case that picked up, that bang was a hickory nut. Oh, come on. Don't knot. Here we go. Almost there. Alright, and then what we're doing is we're going to connect it to the front, and we're going to pull it tight. Make sure you don't lose it. And you knot it. Come on. And that one I think I'm going to knot a few more times, just to get it right. There we go. Get my scissors and snip. Okay. Next what we're doing, well, we have our ball. Next what we're gonna do, I might have been able to stuff it just a little bit. Anyway, this is called a long needle. Inventive, right? We're gonna be using this long needle. This is good for pillows. Like, I've fixed pillows with it. I've done doll hair rerouting with it. And we don't really need it actually that long. We just need it just long enough. That's good. Okay. Definitely gonna be, hold that, Steve. Gonna be doubling this up. Or if you have a more heavy duty thread, that works too. I do somewhere, I just don't know where, and I don't want to go find it. Alright, you knot it. Alright, so we're taking this and our big ball, and we're gonna go from the top, because that's where the stitches are. And we're gonna go all the way through to the bottom, if I can find it. This is why you don't want to overstuff. Make sure it gets to the middle too. Nope, totally. I keep missing the middle. There we go. There it is. Might be a little tough to get through, but there we go. Alright. You want to make it as invisible as you can on the bottom. But we just do this a couple of times because we want to shape it. See how we're getting a shape? Is it more of a pumpkin shape? Alright. Go more on to get to the top again. There we go. I might have done this a little too short. It's okay though. Can't exactly knot it at the moment. Ow. Can't even pull it through. Crap. Well, we're gonna have to redo that. Let me see. Some things I forget is how long the needle is. And your thread has to be at least as long as your needle. I'm only gonna do like 1.5 stitches. That way it's not over pulled, but it's secure. Oh, come on, go through. I can feel it. There it is. It's also however you want it. If it's not a pumpkin shape for you yet, get it to the pumpkin shape. Like I could probably do right here as one. And I'm gonna pull this to the top middle. Okay, now we can knot it. Knot it one more time. Ow. And then to hide this one, you gotta go through the middle again and you snip. And it goes inside, but it leaves a tail. Probably should have stuffed it a little more, I think. So what you're gonna do now is we're gonna put this here. Ribbons. What you do is you tack the ribbon on. Let me get this again. This one too. Here. I'll leave that string for the next bit. Okay. Just gonna take this ribbon. Okay. I'm gonna stitch it right in the middle. Just tack stitch it. That's all you gotta really do. Alright. And knot it. This part might get annoying unless you have 2 needles, which you can do. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 2 needles. So I've got this one right here. What's this? Yeah, let's do a bigger one. And let's get this thread if I can untangle it all. That way we don't waste thread. And what you do is you just use that as a little pin cushion for now. Okay. So leave that as a little pin cushion. Don't lose track of it. I'm gonna do it that way. So then we take this and we're gonna bring it all the way to the other side, like this. Oh wait, we don't need that yet, right? And we're gonna squish it over here. Alright, and where's my needle? There it is. We're gonna stitch it to the middle. Stitch it, then knot it. You don't have to cut it yet. Just leave it that way. Alright, then we're gonna go this way. Sometimes it might be good to do it over your seam, which is what I just did. And stitch it again. Stitch it and knot it. And one more time, we're gonna go around it. And then one more time, we're gonna go around this side. Alright, last stitching. Oh, come on. There we go. I think this one's gonna look a little wonky, but that's okay. It's my first one, so it's okay if yours is a little wonky too. Right? Okay. Snip that, because that, we don't need it, that part. Alright. Adjust it as you want it. Like I said, I wish I had added a little more stuffing, but it's okay. If you want, I guess you could always stitch down here too. That way you get a little more stability. It doesn't move so much. I'm not going to do that just because, well, no, probably I should. We're going to use the long needle for this stuff. So where is it again? Remember to do it really long. Okay, go through. There we go. Alright, knot it. And I'm going to hide the knot underneath. So we're going to do that. If I can get through it. There we go. We're just going to go through again, just like we did before. Alright, so that goes under. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get this side. And you can put it through one of the ribbons too. That way it's extra stability. Now this is going to be the hard part. Can we get it straight in the middle? I got it close. That's close enough. Alright, do it one more time. You just need 1 stitch. That's no big. Oh, that is way off center. That is 2. There we go. There we go. Alright, and then we're going to knot it. There we go. Oh, there. And then we're just going to stuff it through again. Just one more time. And then pull a little tight. And then snip. And it goes inside. There, you've got that. So next, what do we need for a pumpkin? What's missing? A stem. So I'm going to use this. You can use a different fabric. You could use the same fabric if you wanted. I'm going to do a different fabric. Let me see. I'm going to just do that little square. So I'm going to cut this out, cut this side out. Alright. Then I'm going to fold it in half. Now you probably want to use a pen or something like that. I'm just going to freehand it. But make sure you've got a little piece about that big. It's not too much. And then you fold it. And you're going to make a little stem shape. So I'm freehanding this stuff. You can not freehand it. Remember to make it like a little bit bigger than you normally would, which I think I just messed up, but we'll see. Here we go. Alright, so I have like a little stem shape, right? We're gonna get our regular needle. I need a bit more thread. Oh, well, this one's already threaded, so let's just use this one. Alright, and then along the edges, we're gonna do our little stitches again. Little stitch around the top edge. Leave the bottom, leave that one alone. Don't close that. Alright. Keep on getting caught on the little end. This is just the time consuming part. It would be done in no time if I had my machine. Neighbors leaving, in case you can't hear that. Otherwise, ignore it. I'm getting a little rushed, impatient, so my stitches are a little bit bigger than normal. And keep in mind, you don't want to make it too skinny. You have to remember, this isn't going to be the actual size. It's going to be a little bit smaller than this. Okay, almost there. Done. Alright, so let's knot it. Make sure it's tight, then knot it. Go, and we're going to hide in the stitches. One more. Go. And we're going to cut. Alright, so you have that finished. Right, so you got to turn that right side out. So this is going to be a little more difficult part. Turning things inside out. Or right side out, I should say. I always have trouble with things like this. Alright, almost there. It might help if your, fingers are the right size. And that's a good way to measure how big you should make it, is if it fits on your fingers. Alright, so we have a little stem. So we're going to take this stuff and stuff it. Not going to need that much, but I do little by little on this one. And this one you might want to do a little bit tighter, a little bit, more stuffed. Kind of made it small, but that's okay. We're going to fix that. But I got to finish stuffing it first. I'm going to pack it in. Pack it in. Make your little pack-tea. I might have made mine a little long, but we'll see. Alright, I think I've got it the way I want it. So then, I'm going to go a little extra. You don't have to do this. All you do, really, is you sew it up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a little extra. Alright, so I'm going to take this because I need it, and there's my other needle. I'm going to do a running stitch along the bottom. Come on, there we go. This should be enough. So I'm going to do this along the bottom, and I'm going to squish it like this. I'm going to stitch it closed, and then what I'm going to do, once I get more string or thread, there we go, knot it up, find my little thing. Alright, and I'm going to put it just above the squishiness, the where we did the running stitch. I'm going to do what they call is a invisible stitch or a ladder stitch. With the ladder stitch, what's great is that you can get it to disappear. So you really won't see. Let me see. There we go. And I'm just gonna stitch it to my pumpkin. There we go. Slowly getting somewhere. And with the ladder stitch, hopefully what we can do is hide the squishiness at the gathered part underneath it. I'll just have to remember not to make it as long next time. I don't think we're going to be able to hide it completely. I can try, but not completely. What you might be able to get is to get the pumpkin to hide it. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Oh, got a knot. There we go. How did I do that? Oh, I see. Went underneath. I don't need to go underneath. There we go. It's funny, that bird sounds like it's going chirpity, chirpity, chirpity. Yay! And then you can knot it. I need to do my stitches smaller on. Come on. One more knot. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thread and scoop it. Let's scoop it towards the seam though. That works. I'm going to squish our pumpkin down a little. Here we go. And we've made a Halloween pumpkin. A badass Halloween pumpkin. So this is me and Steve. I mean, well, you can make a lot of these. I'm going to be making more of these for sure. I think they're cute, and I think I'd be able to do the other, a little better one. But on behalf of me and Steve, thank you guys for watching. Much love to you, and we'll see you next time.